Who's timing? Can pull that
I
time?
am. I'm timing.
Okay.
Good. You guys got it all figured out. Good. I like it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born ready.
My name is Adam Drain, and I kind of did something off of online dating. It's not quite online dating, kind of goes with it. Change. Preview what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what loneliness is. I'm going to talk about what makes people lonely and how lonely people might use online dating to kind of help with their situation. Loneliness, it's feeling of isolation. People kind of feel like they don't belong. I'm sure everybody's felt lonely once in a while in here before. You kind of get put down. You're like, well, maybe I don't belong to that type of group or something. And apparently 20% of the people experience this. And there's changes in demographics, relationships, and lifestyles. But one of the main factors is it has an effect on our bodies. People that are lonely usually use drugs or increase alcohol consumption. And people that are lonely, they get a lot less sleep, because they're thinking about it too much. Stress, there's a lot of things that cause stress, but loneliness can be one of them. And I'm assuming that high blood pressure is like an offside of stress, because when people are stressed, there's a lot more things that go along with that. Depression, when people are lonely and they think about it too much, they get depressed and even puts them in a more lonely state. And so much depression can lead to premature death. And I don't know if you guys have ever read the book Where the Red Fern Grows, but if you know the ending, one of the dog dies and the other dog is so depressed that it dies alongside with it. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of a sad book. And people
No.
Not crying.
people that are lonely, they try to fulfill the empty space of having somebody with material possessions. Like say, they don't have friends to hang out with, or like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, so they'll go buy a TV or a gaming console, or get new games on their phone and just occupy their minds and then think about it. What can make a person lonely? So it runs in the families. And when I did my research, I looked at it, and like if the parents were lonely, it kind of rubbed off on the children, because there's like a certain way that people behave. If parents don't raise their kids right, kind of like leave them excluded and stuff, it makes them kind of, grow up to be feeling lonely. This one actually was pretty eye-opening, is bullying. When kids like bully other kids, they kind of exclude them from activities and, don't let them be a part of things, and that leads to bullying, or leads to loneliness too. And then social skills, kind of going off what Casey said in his speech, like social anxiety and stuff, not being able to get out of your bubble. And so when people have these social anxieties, they don't go out, and they don't have friends, and they don't develop relationships, so they get lonely. And so even when they are lonely, then their social skills get even worse. For lonely people, going out to public places is hard for them, and going up to new people and be like, hey, my name's Adam, what's your name, what do you like to do? It's kind of hard for people to do that when they're lonely. So people with poor social skills, when they go to online dating, it can help them because they don't actually have to meet in person. They can talk over a message board, they can get to know each other, get to know everything about them, so that when they meet in person, they have everything they need to talk about. There's no secrets, there's nothing. They feel like they already know the person. They feel more comfortable with disclosure. Any secrets, you can easily tell them. It's not a big deal. Unlike in person, it's a lot harder to do. And then building social skills. When you talk to someone over the internet a lot, you end up, getting more comfortable being around them. And that will lead to better social skills, because when you meet with them in person, then you'll actually go out some and you won't be so lonely. These are some online dating sites. I'm sure you've heard of a lot of them. It said Tinder, Match.com, and eHarmony were for like normal people. I didn't really understand what that meant. It just said average Joe, normal people, just everyday life. The next two are for for hookups. That's what the site said. The next three, the dating for professional, and the other two, they're for like people that are looking for degrees along with somebody else, like trying to get a career and stuff. Senior dating group and mature love, that's people over 40. That's not for cougars, and I'm just pointing that out there. And then dating for divorce are obviously for people that are, divorced and stuff. So just to review on what I said before, what loneliness is when people feel isolated from other people. They don't like being around other people, and it usually leads to poor social skills and even the collection of possessions. What makes people lonely is how our parents raise us, how they were they lonely or not, and bullying and just poor social skills. And then dealing with loneliness, I feel like online dating can help people that have loneliness because they don't actually have to meet in person.